Hi everyone, and welcome to How to Score High in Your English Exams. My name is Benjamin, and in today's video we shall be talking about 7 secrets of success in English exams. This video is in the series of video lessons designed to help students who are preparing to sit for their West African Senior School Certificate Examinations or NECO, National Examinations Council Senior School Certificate Examinations, or even NAPTEP, National Business and Technical Examinations Board, or any other equivalent exams that you are likely to sit for in the near future. This video and other related videos will be of great help to you. I will just want you to subscribe to this YouTube channel so that you will be getting all the videos that will be uploaded. And again, I want you to know that this topic we are discussing today is taken from a book I have published entitled How to Score High in Your English Exams. Of course, if you want to obtain a copy of this book, you can ask for a link, although I will insert a link within this video, so you can pause when you get to the link that will take you directly to Amazon.com, where the book is published as an e-book. But if you want to get a copy of the book directly from me here in Nigeria, you can write me through my email address, benjamininfo33, benjamininfo33@gmail.com. I will insert that also in the video. So when you get to that place, you can pause and copy out my email address, so you can, you can send me a request asking for a complete copy of the book, and I will send it to you. So let's get started with today's topic: 7 keys. 7 keys of success, 7 secrets of success in English exams. Let's get started with it. How to score high in your English exams. That's what the program is all about, and that's the title of the book I have just introduced to you. Now today's topic: 7 secrets of success in English exams. And we are looking at senior school certificate exams. As I earlier mentioned, it could be West African School Certificate Exam, or the NECO SSCE, or the NAPTEP SSCE, etc. Now, the first thing we want to look at is giving adequate attention to the 3 key areas of proficiency that make up Paper 1. That's exactly what the first thing we are looking at. The English language Paper 1 comprises 3 major areas, namely essay writing, comprehension, and summary writing. These areas carry more marks than other areas in the English exam. For example, essay writing alone carries 50 marks, summary writing 30 marks, and so on. Again, it is in these areas that students must put down their own ideas in writing, unlike the objective questions, where students can resort to gambling, or, if you like, trial and error in choosing option A, B, C, or D, as the case may be. So the secret here is that this area, if you are familiar with English language Paper 1 in Senior WAEC or NECO you discover that section A is essay writing, section B comprehension, section C is summary writing. Now these three areas collectively carry more marks than other areas in the English exam. And of course, this is the area where the students must write down something by themselves, So this is an area that students need to go the extra mile to prepare adequately. But the reverse is always the case, because most students do not know this, because those who teach them don't know the secrets themselves. So this affects students' performance. Now, in this series of videos that I am uploading, you will be able to familiarize yourself with all the areas that will enable you to score high in your English exams. Let's look at the second point: adequate coverage of the syllabus prior to examination. The English scheme of work is usually vast in scope and requires much time and attention to cover. But because of strikes, public holidays, and other events that often hinder lesson delivery, it becomes difficult, if not impossible, to cover the vast scheme of work of English. Because of how vast this English scheme of work is, the Ministry of Education usually assigns more time to English in the school timetable. Yet, it is difficult to cover the scheme of work adequately. Not only because of that, but also sometimes because of absenteeism and digression from the main topic on the part of the teachers themselves, or perhaps truancy and lackadaisical attitude of the students themselves. Now, we are profiling a remedy in this program, and if you will be able to key into this program, you will be able to cover all lost ground and prepare adequately for your English exams. Number 3, learning from qualified and competent English teachers. This is a critical secret. Some persons who teach English in secondary schools did not study English as a major course of study at the University or College of Education. As such, because of that, such teachers are ignorant of the rules that govern the use of English, so they break these rules while teaching or attempting to teach the students, and in the process, they then pass their own errors to the unsuspecting students. Such errors are called teacher-induced errors, and they affect students a lot in their English exams, especially in their external exams. Again, such teachers lack the linguistic competence to show their students the right procedures for answering English exam questions. So in this program, we are giving you the opportunity to learn the linguistic tools required directly from an adequately qualified and competent English teacher. If you will watch this series of videos, you will understand that the right thing is being revealed, and when you get into the exam hall, and do the right thing, of course you get the right results. Now let's quickly get to point number 4, adequate knowledge about how to approach exam questions. Most students don't know how to organize their work and present their answers to exam questions. Of course, again, it borders on ignorance. If the English teacher teaching you doesn't know his onions, of course, one cannot give what one doesn't have. One can only give what one has. So he won't be able to tell you that different types of questions in the English exam require different ways of answering them. For example, you cannot write your answer to a summary question in the same way as you would write your answer to a question in essay writing. So, because the two are quite different, and in fact they require opposite approaches. In essay writing, for instance, you are required to write continuously, and in fact up to 2 pages or so. In the WAEC exam, senior WAEC, you are expected to write an essay on a given topic in about 450 words. So you express your ideas in several paragraphs, organize and develop them into a complete essay that may run into pages, as the case may be. But in summary writing, you are required to reduce a whole passage into a few sentences. For instance, you may be given a passage of about 2 pages and you are asked to summarize it in 5 sentences or in 4 sentences only. If you exceed the specified number of sentences, you lose marks because you'll be breaking the rules of summary writing. So that is one of the secrets, and in this series of videos we shall be showing you the step-by-step procedures for getting each type of English exam question right. Let's get to number 5. The influence of pidgin and unacceptable short forms. You may say that this may seem simplistic, but it's a critical factor affecting students' performance in their English exams. This is because most students use pidgin in their day-to-day conversations. They also use short forms in most of their text messages and on the social media, such as when they make comments on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, or on WhatsApp. Sometimes they use just a single letter to stand for a word. The letter U, for instance, is used to represent you, Y-O-U. Some will use even the letter Y to represent the WH word, Y, W-H-Y. And some will use the letter D to represent the, T-H-E. Some will use DT to represent that. Some will even use COS to represent because. And in some extreme cases, even a whole phrase is represented by a short acronym, such as ASAP, ASAP, as soon as possible. You know, I will send it to you ASAP, you know. So that is already becoming something that students are so familiar with, so they ignorantly bring in these outrageous expressions into their English exam answer scripts, so they lose marks. Now, this is another secret, and it is very important that you learn the right thing. And if you learn the right thing and do the right thing, of course, you will score high because you will get the right results. Now, let's look at number 6, the reading culture vis-a-vis the video viewing syndrome. Now, most people, including students, are increasingly uninterested in reading books. They prefer to simply relax and watch videos. This explains why I have decided to convert my book, How to Score High in Your English Exams, into videos. So I am preferring a solution here, but this is a secret of why most students don't score high in their English exams. Some obtain F9, some manage to pass, but the kind of pass that is below average either E8 or D7, and this doesn't meet the criterion for admission into any tertiary institution. So I have decided, in view of the prevailing trend, I have decided to convert aspects of the content of this book. I've written a book entitled How to Score High in Your English Exams, and it's published on Amazon.com. If you want to get the complete book, you can get a link to Amazon.com. I will give you a link which I'm inserting in this video. You can have access to Amazon.com and obtain the book. But I have decided to offer some solution in this place, because I have passion for teaching, and I love my students and I love everybody, and it gives me joy when I see people succeed, especially people who learn from me. So I have decided to convert aspects of the book into a series of videos, and so this series of videos will help you to learn with pleasure the secrets of scoring high in your English exams. I hope you will subscribe to my YouTube channel. Already a number of videos have already been uploaded. How to score high in your English exams, how to write a formal letter has been uploaded, 6 steps to effective writing has been uploaded, and a number of others, and others are being uploaded just like this one. So if you subscribe to the YouTube channel, you will get prompt notification as soon as a video is uploaded. And these videos, by the way, are very, very important for anyone who really wants to learn English language. So let's get to the last but not the least one, which is number 7, overcoming poor grammar or ignorance of the rules that govern the English language. Now you may ask, what is grammar? Grammar is the rules that govern the use of a language. And I want you to know here that every language on earth is governed by a set of rules. And again, every user of a language has his or her own personal grammar of that language that enables them to speak and write that language to the extent they can do. You, as a user of English language, you have your own grammar of English, and your English grammar is simply your knowledge of those rules that govern the use of English. Now, if you have adequate knowledge of the rules of English, then we can say that your grammar is good, rich, or adequate. But if you are ignorant of most of the rules, your grammar is poor, and because of that, when you speak or write, you tend to break these rules. And when you do, the result is ungrammaticality. And so this is why you need to master the various rules of English in order to speak and write English correctly. Now let's take a few examples of the errors that students commit as a result of poor grammar. One of them has to do with what we call the rules of concord. One of the rules of concord states that a singular subject is to be used with a singular verb in a sentence. So if you use a singular subject with a plural verb in a sentence, that sentence will be incorrect. For example, you might find this in students' speech or writing. The boy are here. The boy are here. You will observe clearly that that sentence is incorrect, and the reason is the subject is singular, but the verb is plural. And that breaks the rule of concord. So to correct it, we can singularize the verb to correspond with the singular subject. And when we do, the correct sentence will be as follows. The boy is here. The boy is here. Or alternatively, we could pluralize the singular subject to also correspond with the already given plural verb, but in this case we are constructing a different sentence that conveys a slightly different meaning. And so when we do that, the alternative correct sentence will be as follows. The boys are here. The boys are here. Another grammatical blunder committed by students as a result of their poor grammar has to do with using the present tenses of verbs in reporting past events in a sentence. For example, you might find this in students' speech or writing. When I reached home yesterday, I see my aunt who came from the village. You will observe that that sentence is incorrect because the actions reported all happened in the past, but the verbs used in reporting them are all in the present tense. And that breaks the rule of sequence of tenses, or what we call tense harmony, which states that the tense of the verb in the main clause must agree or be in harmony with the tense of the verb in the subordinate clause. So to correct that sentence, we have to use the past tenses of the verbs to report the past actions reported in that sentence. So let's look at what the correct sentence should be. When I reached home yesterday, I met my aunt who came from the village. When I reached home yesterday, I met my aunt who came from the village. So that's exactly the correct sentence. Let's take a third example. This has to do with omission of the possessive apostrophe and s while indicating ownership in a sentence. You may also find this in some students' speech or writing. My uncle's car is red. My uncle's car is red. You will understand that that sentence is incorrect because of the omission of the possessive apostrophe and s, which ought to be there to indicate the intended ownership in that sentence. And so if we correct that sentence by including the required possessive apostrophe and s, we should have the following sentence. My uncle's car is red. My uncle's car is red. Well, as I earlier said, How to Score High in Your English Exams is a complete ebook published on Amazon.com by my humble self. Now you can obtain a copy of the book by using any of these links. The first two links here, there are three links. There are three addresses here, but the first two addresses are links that will take you to Amazon.com. The first link will take you to the author page. The second link will take you to the bookshelf, both of which are within Amazon.com. Any of them will take you to Amazon.com. You can buy the book directly from there. Alternatively, if you are here in Nigeria or any of the African countries or a nearby place, or you just simply want to obtain the book directly and pay in local currency, you can write me with my email address, which is as follows: benjamininfo benjaminInfo33@gmail.com. benjaminInfo33@gmail.com. You can write me with this email address requesting for a copy of How to Score High in Your English Exams. You only have to pay a token of 1,000 naira, a token price of 1,000 naira, and of course I will send you the copy directly to your email box, and from there you can download it to your handsets, to your iPad, to your laptop, to your desktop, whatever electronic device you are using. This particular book is an electronic copy, so it can easily be downloaded into any of these electronic devices, and when you do, it will be for your perusal and permanent or continuous benefit. This is where we draw the curtain in today's video. I just want to thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. At this juncture, I want to remind you to subscribe to this YouTube channel if you are interested in getting instant notification whenever a new video is uploaded. And as I mentioned earlier, a series of videos have been uploaded, and you will find them quite interesting, not only on how to score high in your English exam, but also on another program, another major book completed, which is Good Success in English, series of videos that will help you in acquiring the right linguistic tools that will empower you linguistically, give you the linguistic competence for effective communication in your everyday life, and even for scoring high in your English exams. Please stay safe and remain blessed. Keep learning, because the day you stop learning is the day you start dying intellectually. Bye bye for now.